Good morning, everyone. Looks a little dark right there. Let me get out of the deeper shade. Look what we're working on. We just put Thompson's Weather Seal on these two. These were actually worked on when we did the other siding. They were already stained, so we just water sealed them, and we're going to water seal the entire cabin when we're all done getting the siding up. And I'm working on the new sheets of wood over here. As you can see, I got the first layer of stain on, and we're getting ready to do the second layer. I'm just waiting for this to dry. Once this is dried, then I'm going to go over it, and the color we're using the Cabot. It's a gold, but it's a sun-drenched oak. That's the color we chose for the cabin way back when we decided to use this kind of siding. And we definitely have some work ahead of us yet, but we're kind of pacing ourselves. All the sliding glass doors have been taken out, reinstalled, but with that reinstalled, we actually did it right. Again, we're doing this on our own, guys, so we're kind of learning by our mistakes, and some of them are pretty big mistakes, but we're going back and fixing them. As you can see the flashing right there. We got flashing in. We've got the T-Vec all taped off and flashing all around the door. So we did get that all done. And we did all three doors, because we got that big door upstairs. So we did get that one done as well. You can see here's the scaffolding right here to get the upper layer. And we're going to try and get a couple sheets of siding up here today. Don't know if we're going to make it. We got to get the siding treated, because once it's up, I don't want to have to try and get up there to finish treating them. That's why we're doing everything down here. Yes, you can see how some of the siding here has discolored. We're okay with that. We feel that adds character to the siding. We don't want this to look like a brand new home. We want this to age naturally and look like what it is, a cabin buried in the woods. So that's kind of where we're at with this. If we get any siding up today, I will bring you back for that. Okay, guys, it's mid-afternoon here, and as you can see, we got that piece up and that piece up today. Our goal tomorrow is to do the rest of the peak here. So if we get that done, then we can start moving down to safer levels and get these done. And yes, we are being super safe. We have heavy cables connected to our ceiling beams, because they're open beams in our bedroom. And we're definitely wearing safety harnesses when we're up this high, because at our age, it just would be stupid not to think safety first. We've both had our share of back problems and injuries, so we're trying to do this as safe as possible. But this will give you an idea. One of the things that he also did, I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be very bright, I'm thinking. But there's a heavy beam now. Just, let's see, right there. You see that heavy beam right there? That is a header beam, which will be part of the support system for our porch roof / deck. I'm not going to commit to the deck yet. We're going to do a roof over this side, and we're going to have a porch that kind of wraps around this side here and then goes around this side. So there's going to be not 3/4, maybe, let's say half of the cabin initially will have porches around it, this half of the cabin. So all the way down that line and then across this line will be porches. And then the goal after that is to actually have a deck from the bedroom out here, which would be a different setup for us, because we do like the view from upstairs, because you can almost see right over these treetops here. And in the summer, it's less buggy if you get up high. So you can actually sit up there and enjoy the evening without a screen. But all our porches on the bottom level, all the porches that'll be on this level here, is all going to be screened in. So that's my goal, so we can actually sit out and actually start living more outdoors rather than indoors when it's good weather to do so and good temperatures. As you can see, these are our new totes. We just bought those recently. We spray painted them black, and we put a piece of painter's tape on here. And this actually, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it has measurements on there. See that? So, as they are filled with water, we'll be able to see, like, that's a 225 gallon. And I think this is, I don't know, maybe another 50 gallons up here. So we'll be able to monitor how much water we have in these totes because of that new system we're doing. But the big news is, this is Saturday. Sunday, Puma's new owner is going to be picking him up. She's coming by this afternoon to see him, but she's actually going to pick him up and start the long drive home. It's a 6-hour drive tomorrow morning. And then Monday, it's going to be crazy busy here for a while, guys. Monday, we are talking to the well driller. We've already talked once on the phone. And what they're telling us is they think a 100-foot well for us is going to be the best because we're in wetlands, which all back here is wetlands. Our water table, guys, if you dig down 4 feet, you're going to hit water. So the water table here is very high, and he says a 100-foot well will serve us well. Will serve us very good. And basically he's saying they'll drill till they get the type of head pressure they're looking for. So this will be an adventure. I'm hoping I will be allowed to film it, which will be real interesting. Just like we filmed this clearing being done, we're going to try and film the well being drilled as well. We're super excited, guys. It'll be so nice not to have to worry, can I do laundry? Do we have enough water to water all the animals here on the homestead? Can I water my garden? Right now, that's one of my struggles because we're making sure we're not getting the rain we got last year, not even close. So we're really rationing our water usage. And I'm actually concerned we could go into a drought here this year. We haven't seen one since we moved here, but it does happen here in Florida. So our goal is definitely going to be to get a well drill, and we're probably going to put the well somewhere in here if they're okay with that and they can get their equipment in here to drill it, because we really want it. This is like a central location for the garden, the chickens, the goats are back this way, and the other goats are right across the driveway, which is right here. So that's like a central location for water. Once the well is done, then we have to decide, do we plumb it into the house? And what kind of pump system do we use? There's going to be 2 options for us. We're talking a 1.5 horsepower pump is what this gentleman is recommending at this point. But we did not mention that we want to be a solar pump. So we're not sure at this point if that's a possibility. Because the well will probably only be 100 to 120 feet, roughly, at a guess. A solar pump would work wonderful because they can pump almost down to 400 feet. So we think we can get by with it, but we don't know the cost difference. And our solar system is so effective now that we may not need to go solar, but I think I would prefer it. But that's not just my decision to make. So I did get these 2 panels finished. They got the second coat and they got a coat of Thompson's water seal on them. So tomorrow when we're ready, these can be cut and put up there. And then underneath those 2 is another 2 panels to be worked on. So I don't know how far we're going to get because we do have someone coming by tomorrow for the goat. She's coming by this afternoon too. So, and once she's been here and gone, then we got to run to my daughter's for dinner. crazy. I know. It's busy, 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 busy. All right, guys. I'll bring you an update after tomorrow. Another update. We got the top wood all in place. Tomorrow we are going to, tomorrow I have therapy, so nothing gets done here the day of therapy. Because too much time out of the day is spent going into Tallahassee and back. But Thursday, we're going to start hanging this. This is all the trim for the west. This is what we're calling the west wall. This is the one we had to take all the bottom wood off the exterior, put new wood up, and we took the OSB off and put real wood up because that's one of the new code changes here in Florida because of the recent hurricane damage in the Pensacola, Mexico Beach area. So we have regular plywood up. It is pressure treated, and we redid the Tyvek. We did all the flashing and took the patio doors out, redid all the flashing, put them back in, and now we're working on the siding. I'm absolutely loving how it's coming together. Once we get the trim work up, I think this is gonna really pop. Let's hope. But that's where we're at right now. There we go, guys. The green trim is on the upper layer. He still has to do right there and right there. But we got this done early this morning. We were out here, I think by 8:30, working on this because of the heat. We are heading into a major heat wave here. We're not even in June yet, guys, and we're gonna hit 100 degrees. It's been in the mid to high 90s the last 4 days. Crazy. But there we go. Our next move is to start working on this down area. Once that's done, we got the trim to do that, to do these corners as well, and we got the trim all done and ready to go around these doors. So we are rocking this, finally. Look at that, it looks exactly like I pictured it. That is so exciting. Okay guys, this is as far as we got. You see we have some of the trim done on the downward edges now. And from here we have to start working on the down. But we are in the middle of a major heat wave here, to the point where it's almost impossible for us to work outside for any length of time. So we're changing gears, and I'm going to show you what we're doing next. So we're going to work on this first thing in the morning. If we still have energy, we're working on another project that's very high on our priority list right now, but it keeps us inside in a more temperate environment. Like, when I say temperate, I'm talking air conditioning. Yes, the generator's running, and he's running that only every few days, just to give the batteries a chance to really get a full charge on them and to go into float mode. But we aren't doing this every day any longer. Last year we did this every single day. This year, between the solar panels and the battery bank, we actually ran the air conditioning over a week without needing the generator. So we're just babying those batteries today. All right, let's go see what we're doing, because we changed gears. Okay, everybody, start of the next project. I am upstairs in my upstairs. As you can see, it's bare roof framing. And one of the things we did today was we did all the sealing along this edge. This whole edge had a little air gap, and we got that sealed. And yes, I know it should have been done when we built the place, but we were working only weekends here, and we just didn't have the knowledge we have now. We didn't have the time or the money that we have now. But as you can see, these are plastic air chutes, so it allows the hot air to go up higher in the cabin, and it allows an air gap between the roof and the interior here, And then on top of this will go a styrofoam insulation. And right now we are working on this section because some of our sections actually have insulation. So we did start, but with the back injuries, job losses, and everything we dealt with for almost 3 solid years, we just never got back to working on this cabin. So today, because it's just too hot to work outside and it's almost too hot to work inside, especially upstairs, we are taking some positive steps forward and trying to get this cabin more insulated to be able to maintain heat and air conditioning. So as this progresses, I will bring you along for the journey.